Thanks so much for tuning in to 96.3 FM OHM Radio, your nonprofit, non-commercial local radio station. Today with me on Zoom, I have Heather Rice, an incredible local artist, singer, songwriter, and Sandy Morckel, who is the CEO, President of Solutions for Greater Good, and also the co-executive producer of the Homeless to Hope benefit concert. Thank you two so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so I just want to talk a little bit about the Homeless to Hope benefit that is happening to give our listeners an idea and a history of what it is. Mayor John Tecklenburg, Mount Pleasant Mayor Will Haney, and Somerville Mayor Ricky Waring, and the Mayor's Commission on Homelessness and Affordable Housing are having the 2020 Homeless to Hope benefit telethon this Friday, May 8th, from noon to 8 p.m. Due to the coronavirus containment efforts, the third annual Homeless to Hope benefit concert, originally scheduled for the same day, has shifted into an uplifting and inspirational day-long multimedia fundraising effort for the Homeless to Hope Fund. Donations raised through the Homeless to Hope Fund support the Navigation Center, the area's only day center dedicated to serving people experiencing homelessness, and supports the transition of people moving into housing through a network of service providers throughout the Lowcountry. Since coronavirus has made those experiencing homelessness the most vulnerable of our citizens, the need for getting more people into permanent housing is reaching a critical point. The performers scheduled to appear throughout the day include Shovels and Ropes, Steep Canyon Rangers, Charlton Singleton of Ranky Tanky, Bob Howick of the Blue Dogs, Lee Barber, Kanika Moore, Heather Rice, who is here with us, Motown Throwdown, myself from OHM Radio, Young Me Fick, Manny Houston, Michael Flynn, and Josh Kaler. The telethon will also feature special performances by Mayors John Tecklenburg and Mayors Will Haney. So I was just hoping, Sandy, could give us a little bit of a history of this event and why it's so important for our community at this time.
Absolutely, it's my pleasure. The fund was actually, the Homeless to Hope Fund was actually established in 2016 after Mayor John Tecklenburg took office, and there was a lot of focus on the tent city that had been created. Homelessness seemed to be reaching a peak, and there were a lot of people living underneath the bridges. So he spent a good amount of time in his early days of his administration addressing that issue and really helping to get our service providers, the nonprofit organizations that are dedicated to working with homeless people, to coordinate their efforts and to be able to get them into housing and get the treatment and the support that they needed. What he did was realize that there wasn't an established funding mechanism to support those efforts. So he created the Homeless to Hope Fund, which is coordinated by the Palmetto Project, which is a statewide nonprofit organization. And this fund is used through a network of service providers to be able to help specific homeless individuals when they're ready to transition into housing. And sometimes it's used for just those simple little things that are huge barriers when you've struggled all this time and have not had a lot of income to be able to do it. So things like that extra security deposit or that extra utility deposit, just those little things that are needed to kind of get over that hump and get them into housing. So that's what the fund is designed for. And it's been wonderful. It's helped hundreds of people over the last 3 years that we've had the fund in existence. And this year, we've always dedicated a particular event to helping to provide the vehicle for helping to raise the funds for the community to support it. And the last 2 years, we've had the Homeless to Hope benefit concert. And great, very talented musicians have been a part of it. Heather was a part of the first year that we had that. So she and Charlton Singleton and Kiana Parler were all part of that initial event in Lowcountry. The big singing groups and just a lot of great musicians have been involved with it from the very beginning. So this year, when COVID-19 containment efforts came along, and we knew that we couldn't postpone it, we couldn't cancel it, we had to do something because the need was becoming that much more greater. Not only are there almost 1,600 people in the Lowcountry that are either homeless, living on the streets or in their cars, or or couch surfing or in some kind of assisted living temporary situation. So we knew we couldn't postpone it. So what we did was we pivoted, and we decided to create a virtual concert, a virtual telethon that we're going to be doing on Facebook Live and Facebook at our event page that we created on Facebook for this event, specifically the 2020 Homeless to Hope Benefit Telethon.
That's amazing. And my husband and I, Lee, is one of the co-producers on this event, or one of the music producers, I guess, helping bring all these musicians together. We've just been reflecting and talking on how difficult this pandemic is in and of itself. And then on top of that, to not be able to shelter in a place, not to have your own place to stay in and to be safe in. It's absolutely, and that it is affecting the people, like our most vulnerable populations, and that we really do need to come together as a community to support them.
Without a doubt, it's there really has been a collaborative effort to be able to address this issue. Number one, they don't have a place to house in, so it is difficult to stay socially distant and safe. And secondly, a lot of the places where they normally would wash their hands or have safe sanitation are now closed. So there's no place for them to be able to do that. So the city has taken a number of steps. The city of Charleston has taken a number of steps to help address that. They've formed a partnership with Feder Clinic and MUSC to help get some people tested and who were exhibiting some symptoms. And then they've created actually sanitation stations throughout the city. So that when those who are homeless, they can at least have somewhere to wash up and to be safe. But the most important thing for us to do is to raise as much money as we can so that we can help assist as many people as possible to transition into housing.
Mm-hmm. And Heather, I want to talk a little bit about your involvement. This is your second year, I guess, helping to raise these funds for Homeless to Hope. All the musicians donate their time. Thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
Excited about your music as well.
Wow, thank you.
I hope everyone listening knows what a brilliant songwriter Vikki is. We're going to get to hear her stuff.
And pianist and singer.
Yes,
she is amazing. It's an amazingly talented family.
Thank you. Well, Heather was my voice teacher, so.
Voice friend. Voice friend.
But yeah, I guess just some of your thoughts on being part of the telethon, the benefit.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be a part of it. I think that it's such a worthy cause and fund, and my heart goes out to our homeless community, but I know where there are homeless people, there are also homeless children. Mm-hmm. And so that's what tugs at my heartstrings when I think about it. So I'm so, it's easy for me to like tear up and be like, oh, what about the people? But what I love about Sandy and what I love about Homeless to Hope is that it's homeless to hope. So it reminds me that this money that is raised is actually to help these people out of the situation. And so I'm just very comforted by that in my own heart. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. It was really a challenge artistically this year, I would say, to be a part of it, because we can't get together and rehearse, and all of our gigs are canceled, which means there may be like less funds to, ask our normal videographer or our mix engineer to do it for us. So as artists, we're really, I think, called upon right now in this project to learn a lot and grow, not just as musicians, but as audio engineers and, everything that goes along with that stuff. So I've learned a lot on the project, and I'm really excited to know, what I didn't know before. And, none of it's perfect, and that's fine, because it's not about perfect, and it's not about, it's really not about me. It's really about raising money for the homeless.
Yeah, I think this is such an opportunity for everyone to pivot. Like you said, I love that we said, hey, Sandy, we couldn't cancel it. We couldn't postpone it. Mm-hmm. We're experiencing the same thing at the radio station. We have to pivot, and everyone has to adjust and and do what they can so that we can still be connected. We can still be there for each other and for our community and for those who need it the most.
Mm-hmm.
So people can tune in to different radio stations, right? To donate online on Facebook. The telethon will be this Friday, May 8th from 12 to 8 p.m. And do you have a goal to raise?
Yes, we do. We have a goal of raising 200,000, and I'm happy to report it. As of this airing, we are now at about 142, 143,000. So we're really getting close. We're so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that great? Isn't that great? We were so thrilled. There's so many great people and organizations and foundations that have really stepped up in a big way because they knew that this year that people who would normally want to give to this probably will not be in the position.
Mm-hmm.
So they really stepped up, and I'm so grateful for that. One of the ones actually chairs the Mayor's Commission on Homelessness and Affordable Housing, and he pulled together a consortium to raise or to donate $40,000 as our lead donor. And
that's awesome.
What a beautiful gift. That's Robert Clement. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
so
and we're happy.
Yeah, and this fund goes directly to the people who need it the most. Like you were saying, those, they seem small in some ways, but they're huge for some people. Those obstacles to those barriers that that are make or break it. It's the difference in like getting a house and not.
Right.
And you can text to donate, right, Sandy?
You can
use your phone, because I was a little confused about this, excited but also confused. Like, how, if I go into my phone, how do I do it?
Yeah, let me tell you. So you go on your phone, and where you would normally put the, you would type the message. So the message is H2 Hope. H2 Hope. It's actually written right there. I don't know if you can see it.
Hope.
Oops, let me go like that. Yeah. H2 Hope. H2 Hope. And all one word, and then where you would normally put who it's going to, in that where it would be normally a phone number is 44321, just 44321.
Oh, so that's the person receiving it is the number 44321.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's how it goes. Yeah. So then when you click that and you send it, it actually sends you back a link, and the link will allow you to donate online. It'll show you all the forms. It'll have different giving categories. It'll actually allow you to give your own giving category, and it'll tie to Apple Pay or Google Pay or any of those that you already would have stored in your phone.
Okay.
Or you can put in a credit card or whatever method that you want to pay for it.
Okay, so cool. Yeah, I definitely was confused, and I thought, like, I wonder if that's not difficult. That's like
the
simple. Easiest it could be. Okay, cool. 44321, and then I text H2HOP.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, exactly. And then the other way, so this year with our telethon, we will not have phone numbers that you can call in, and we won't have a phone bank of volunteers that are on the other end receiving pledges. Instead, we're driving all the donations to our website. So if you want to donate online, it's www.homelesstohopefund.org/donate, or do the text to give as we just talked about. So those are the two ways to give. And there, we know also that there will be folks who will be listening to this who probably need help. And there's actually an 855 number on our website. So homelesstohopefund.org. There's an 855 number on that website that is answered by people at the Navigation Center, which is the day center that is a resource. It's actually has 7 different nonprofits coexisting in one location. Oops.
There's a sign.
There's my sign.
You're meant to hold it up.
Sign. That's right. There we go. There you go. Homeless to Hope. Is that backwards?
No, it's perfect.
Oh, good. That's great. So anyway, there's a phone number on there for people who are actually experiencing homelessness who need help. And so please go to the website to get that information and to be able to call, because we know that there's a lot of people hurting out there. And we also know that there will be more and more people that are right on the edge that we want to prevent from being homeless. So it's a great community cause. I'm so thrilled that there's so many amazing artists that have come together to really make this happen, including Heather, including Vikki. And you're right, Vikki, your amazing husband, Lee Barber, has been the driving force artistically from the day we started this. And I'm so appreciative of the support of this effort, and everything shows. It's been such quality all the way through. And I can't wait for people to see the actual videos when they're due, especially Heather's is so beautifully done. And Heather, you wrote a new song for this particular occasion, and I can't wait for people to hear
thank
Come
you.
Light. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy.
It's really beautiful.
I hope they like it. Yeah, I definitely, I am a little nervous to share it because I haven't shared any original music in a while. So, but I am hoping that it touches a lot of people. I think that, oh my goodness, Sandy.
I know, I'm crying from it.
Sandy, I love you. I love you, Sandy.
Really touching. It's really touching.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, absolutely. It's
I
so
just
great.
feel like we're at a really pivotal time in our world and in our lives where, for me, the question is, what do I want my days to be about? You know, what do I want my days to be about? And my energy I'm giving, what do I want it to be about? And I feel like I want it to be about light. I want it to be about love. And so anyway, I'll let everyone decide what the song means to them, because it's a little abstract, but let me know what you think, everybody.
Love it.
Yeah, the different ways
messages.
that you can listen to the telethon will be on 92.5, 99.7, 95.9, 101-7, 99.3, in addition to Facebook Live. And Sandy, are there different television stations that are also?
Actually, let me clarify something, because we weren't able to actually get the television stations or the radio stations to actually carry the telethon. It's a lot. It's a big ask. So here's how we can have people tune in. We're doing it Facebook Live on the Facebook event page for 2020 Homeless to Hope benefit telethon. So if you just put up in your search bar 2020 Homeless to Hope benefit telethon, you should see the event pop up. Click on it, mark going, and then you'll start to get notifications of different things that are going on. We're going to actually do a watch party for the kickoff at noon. On that, we're going to actually do a live kickoff with Mayor Tecklenburg, Mayor Haney, Mayor Waring. We're going to have the two recipients of the Homeless to Hope Award, which are two great organizations that are working directly on the streets with the homeless population. One is God's Hot Dog Ministry. Love that name.
That's awesome.
It's a feeding program that helps people. They actually feed now. They went from once a week to now they're feeding every day. That's actually housed out of the Navigation Center. And then the other one is Hope to Home Resource, or Furniture Resource. And they provide the furniture and the other things that make a house a home. And it's been wonderful. So as you're transitioning from a domestic violence situation, moving into new facilities, or you were homeless and moving into there, making the house really a home with furniture and the other things that you need to be able to really truly create a home. So we're excited to honor them. So all of that is happening live at noon on Friday. So if you tune into the Facebook page, so 2020 Homeless to Hope Benefit Telethon, or you tune into our YouTube channel. We have a Homeless to Hope Fund YouTube channel. Both of those will be live streaming it from the start. And then what will happen is that there'll be scheduled performances throughout the day. It's pretty much every half an hour. So after that kickoff, and after John Tecklenburg actually is doing a little performance with Lonnie Hamilton during, right after that live kickoff. But the first scheduled performance is Lilia Young, who used to be known as Young Me Flick.
Yeah.
And then it goes every half an hour after that, all performances. And I believe, Heather, I think you're on at 5. Is that right? 5
I think I'm
o'clock?
on at 5. And then Vikki, when are you on?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Vikki, I think you're like at 3, maybe 3 or 4, 3 or 4, 3:30 maybe. Can't remember, somewhere in that afternoon. So everyone can really tune in when they want throughout the day. It won't be like one big Jerry Lewis telethon where you need to watch every minute. You can just tune in when you want, and then driving home the need for donations. But we also want to inspire you along the way. So there'll be different posts that we're going to be doing, and it'll be a great celebration of our community coming together for those most in need.
Well, thank you so much for all you're doing, Sandy, for the community and pivoting and making this happen in this way. It's so creative and so beautiful, and it's just such a wonderful thing. So I hope all of our listeners will tune in, and thank you so much, Heather, for being part of it for 2 years in a row, donating your time and your talent. And yeah, thank you both so much. And please do tune in to Facebook Live 2020 Homeless to Hope Benefit on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. And to learn more information, you can go to homelesstohopefund.org. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it.
Oh, and I had a question, Sandy, real quick.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sure.
I have a friend in India who was wondering how to watch. So will you be leaving it up?
Way. Absolutely. And the great thing is that everything that we're going to, we'll schedule all the performance according to the schedule that's on Facebook, and that's also, the schedule is also on our homelesstohopefund.org landing page for the concert, for the benefit telethon. So he can see the times there. So he'll have to adjust the times to his time frame.
Okay.
But yeah, anyone from all over the world can do it. And if you definitely send it out to your friends and family, they can all watch. It's a great way to be able to listen in, and no geographic boundaries anymore.
But will it be, I think she's saying, will it be like archived and people can later watch it?
Oh, yes. After each performance, it's actually going to be put onto our landing page for the benefit concert, which is homelesstohopefund.org/2020-concert. And that will be on that landing page. So by the end of the day, all the performances will be on there, and they'll live on there. So you can always go back and see it again, and be able to do that. We're going to do that from our YouTube channel directly onto our website.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both so much. Is there anything else you want to leave with our listeners today?
Just grateful.
Yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. You're listening to 96.3 FM, your nonprofit, non-commercial local radio station. Thank you for staying safe out there. We appreciate you listening.